This is Val, this is how you do it. These are the people that are in the march. They standing around until they get going. They painted all these shotgun houses for this event to pretend like they taking care of this side of the neighborhood.
But they didn't paint down between them. No. They painted outside in the front.
Shotgun houses, y'all. Shotgun houses. Look through the front door and see out the back. So the businesses on this side of town,
they shut up.
They abandoned them, but they put a fresh coat of paint on it for this march. Same over here, that's been abandoned also with the same coat of paint. The only thing they got over here, y'all, is look. Wait a minute. The ABC store. The only thing open to get, that's all they think we were, is some liquor. I'm just showing you things haven't really changed, you know? Well, they changed. I can't say they haven't changed, but it's room for it to get better. This side of town looks like it's been forgotten. And I grew up on this side of town.
50 years later.
Yeah, this 50 years later, right? That used to be a thriving business.
Both of those.
And it was even when I was a child. And yeah, all this is about the right to vote. You're right. When I look at this, it brings tears to my eyes just to see how some of the people still live out here and how some of them are still living. Things really hadn't changed for them. Same houses, living in the same place.
But they pretty much happy.
Yeah, they happy, but
they put up new street signs and then fix the house. New street sign with them. They clay street. Brand new sign, historical sign. Nothing to the house.
That house right there. And the houses down there. People live in them.
Yeah, still live.
Now that right there back in the day was something like a doctor's office, a business. That wasn't no regular house. You lived in a house like that, you had big money on this side of town. But not white doctor, black doctor. So you get a different point of view from the news and people like that, but y'all, I live here. I grew up on these streets. I know what they looked like before and how they tried to dock them up for the cameras. We're behind the marches, y'all. We're in the back. The school buses, not school buses, but toward the end. But that bus, those car buses behind us, got an old lady sitting on it, kind of look just like her. I don't know if I'll get a chance to show you that. This is 5 Point Hill we're on now. Abandoned buildings downtown Montgomery. Well, we're getting closer to some that's occupied now.
Yeah, that's labor board right there. To the right. Over here.
Over here? Oh. Well, the place next to it, yeah.
Huh? Yeah, it's abandoned. Because it's zoned for commercial.
Uh-huh. But don't nobody want to put their business down here. Yeah, that's true too.
It's so high.
Sing about freedom. They dreamed of the day would be able to get out.
Close off.
Back up.
That building right there used to be the first black bank. Yeah.
The elderly.
Hotel for the elderly. Well, we don't have nothing we can call a black bank now.
Yeah, you do.
What?
Yeah, Tuskegee Bank.
That's for the military.
No.
Oh, Tuskegee Bank. Okay.
We speak out against wrong. We protest, but it seems that your head is going against the concrete wall. It seems to mean nothing.
They didn't close Tuskegee Bank down. They didn't close Tuskegee Bank down.
I don't think so. Well, one of the branches now, but it's still one or two here.
This was one, wasn't it?
No.
What was this?
I can't think. Daisy Hotel, something like that.
I'm talking about the bank.
What?
Right there.
It's a hotel. It's like a living quarters now for the others.
Oh, you probably the one down here when I got my first checking account. I got it at that place though. No, you didn't live around here. Okay. I see it. Yeah, I remember that bank.
Troy University.
Troy University. Went there to get take some classes. Trying to better ourselves. If you needed a GED, you can go there. If you want to take nursing, you can go there. There's a lot of nurses and teachers in Alabama. Yeah. Yeah. And that's Davis Theater right there, where we have our plays at. That building right there.
That's Rosa Parks Museum. On left hand.
Rosa Parks Museum. That's what he's saying right there. I can't zoom in on it to get the name, but that's it.
It's almost there.
Oh, okay.
Not only is that struggle struck out somewhere, it's external forces of the universe stuck in our own lives. Psychologists and private property and railway and road.
All this is part of Toy University. Toy University of Montgomery.
What he called the id and the superego.
Both sides.
What you call historic. Well, the topic calls to speak to the police when they want to speak. But yet they protect and serve and can't speak to the citizens. Downtown Montgomery, y'all.
So the park, library, museum, children's
I wasn't going to make this too long, but this is an historical fact from a person that lives here point of view. Without all the hype and the lies that you see when the president came. Yeah. President don't know the half of it because he ain't come see this. I believe it would have brought tears to his eyes if he could have sold people in their natural state without them putting on airs just for him. And those buildings are abandoned. I mean, those. Which one? What about that over there? Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. It's abandoned.
50 by and the one right there has abandoned.
People taking that bin right there, y'all.
Hey man, how you doing? All right. Okay. That's okay. That's only President Smoke around the police office. I got this back. See something I did right here? You can't forget you got to hold the club with your left hand.
Right.
Because you got to keep easing up off and hold it, bang it back in, you know? You don't want to do it halfway because if you ride it, you just don't know it.
Oh, okay. We're almost at the Capitol, y'all. If I cut it off, then y'all miss some. That's why I haven't really cut it off. That's the fountain downtown. I thought it was the prettiest thing when I was little growing up. The best looking thing down here. They still got it there. Now I'm gonna hold the camera up and see the Capitol around this truck. I said, I'm pointing at the Capitol. Okay, well. It's just a block or two from the Capitol. Well, at least where he spoke at. That's the Capitol. And we do not have a street in Montgomery, Alabama, nowhere that's named after Dr. King.
Yes, you do.
Where? When did we get that?
Out there by South Lawn. Not South Lawn, but past where your niece lives.
Marion?
No.
Lavetta? Lenore?
Woodcrest. Out there past Woodcrest.
Oh. So it's where the school at?
Yeah.
Okay. And you say how long that school been there?
I don't know, probably 15, 20 years.
Really?
Yeah. In a 15 years, something like that. It's been there a while.
Since we've been together?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't know about it.
Long before you together.
I went in town then. I was staying somewhere else. I used to wonder why they didn't have a street or something named after him.
Yeah, well.
That's good to know. They say everybody that leave Montgomery end up coming back home. That's what they say now. I don't know. Looking good store, boy. We used to get all the little suits there to go to church. You want a church suit in every color? You go looking good. I mean burgundy, yellow. I mean every color you want. You think of it, they got it. Yeah. Shoot, they matched the tie, the shoes, and the shirt, the socks. They did it all. They still open. Yeah. You can see the Capitol from here, y'all. We won't be. Yeah, we went behind the Capitol. We'll be at the church soon. I may put a halt on it until we get closer. It's a long take. Coming out of there paying their bill. It's a daggone shame. Alabama Power. That's a daggone shame. They ain't got nobody to compete with here in Montgomery for us who you pay for your lights. They don't have no compassion. You don't pay them today, they will cut them off. Well, y'all, they done gathered around and started standing still. Listen, thought we had made it. Oh, they started the room.
A band come out with that speech.
Oh, okay. Oh, y'all, we where the rebel meet the road now. And now it started to rain. I guess we may just make that turn and get on with up here. I don't know about hearing no speech. What you think, baby?
Don't get too hard.
We really can't afford to catch a cold.
You already got a cold.
Can't afford it though.
Really?
Yeah, it's starting to drill some pretty good now. Hopefully that's all we'll get, that little drizzle.
It's ain't raining farther back.
Yeah. It's crowded, y'all, but it don't look like it is as crowded as Selma was. Because, you know, we were in Selma, they had people all down streets like that. Not just security. They had security on both sides like that. But then they had people standing around too. They blocked off all the roads, so the only way we can get out of here is to turn around and go back, isn't it? We can't take no side street. I'm talking out of here. They won't let you turn around and ride back down this.
Unless it's all over.
Let's see what kind of building it is. That's the courthouse. What's that, Supreme Court? Right here, this building. Let's show the big wigs, y'all. Yeah, Supreme. Look at them folks up there in the balcony. The lawmakers. There's birds in the air. Well, I won't say birds, helicopters. Security. Yep. It actually feels good to be out here, y'all. It's not all negative. Yeah. I'm just showing you the changes that have been made and the changes that haven't been made. If you grew up here, only changes you see made downtown is big buildings, maybe, and nothing that really would help the people, because the people in those big buildings, you know, sometimes the mayor don't care about that, and sometimes he bring help from outside to work in these buildings. Yeah, so yeah. negative about it, but that's just our point of view. Somebody else may have another point of view. But if you saw them shot houses and how people were living in the abandoned area down this when we made this trip, then you'll know people are still living like that. It's just been 50 years. Some people that were alive during the march are still living in those same houses. And to come out of poverty, you gotta have money to come out of poverty. It ain't just a word. And then when you get an education, your education gotta be above and beyond any high schooler that's not black. They can have a high school education, you can have 5 degrees, and you still will work for them. I know the guy that Willie, that's over Willie them department, he didn't even have a GED. They had to make him get his GED. And Willie got a high school degree.
Junior college degree.
So that's the breaks, y'all. They said for him to keep his job, and he had it for how many long? How long he had that job?
Me?
The other guy.
28 years.
28 years without a high school diploma. And they said last year, that if he didn't get his high school diploma, he had a chance of losing his job. And he took it several times and failed it.
Sure did.
That's the changes in Alabama we're talking about. See, people don't know that from our point of view. That red building is Dr. King Church. Let me back up a little bit. And that's how far we are from the Capitol when all this thing happened. You could spit at it from Dr. King Church. And they hose these people and set the dogs on them and all this kind of craziness. And these churches right there. Can you imagine? I don't think you can. You only see it on TV. We celebrating, y'all. We're here. They painted a mural. so few of them. There goes some more. Carrying this on. I'm gonna stay a big old problem. Yeah, big black house. Everybody know that, I'm sure. There we are, y'all. Well, let's get behind him and do it too. At least we may be able to get out of here. If he cut the way, if they tell us to turn back, then we turn back. Like you say, we can't walk, so we kind of like make a way. Speech? Nothing. I guess this it then. Was a sting at it. I'm gonna stay there one while. She was an honor student too. Oh, I like that school. Good gracious. Look at them drummers. If they go into the house now. Say we need to follow them, huh?
If you follow what we gonna do?
Follow Alabama State. That they can get us up out of here. Okay, Doc, follow Alabama State. Let's go. Cause ain't nobody's giving no speeches. This was just a march. You don't see no mics. What are they gonna do? Scream it out? Let me see. We probably ain't that close enough to see it. See the podium. It may be one up there. Yeah. Are they going on the Capitol steps? Oh, okay. Maybe it is supposed to be something. Let's see. We'll hang out for a little while. I know I'm gonna have to cut some of this because it's too long.
Somebody ain't one of them. Somebody just one in one of them.
I'm finna cut it off, y'all, cause until they do something else, cause ain't nothing else happening right now. They praying now, but this was passed out during the rally.
Don't tell them about that, man. That ain't got nothing to do with that. I like his sweatshirt. I like his sweatshirt.
Okay.
I can't breathe. See it?
I know it.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
Look like you.
That's just telling you about how things hadn't changed, that's all. That's the way the people feel in Montgomery about this whole thing. That man is speaking up there. Can't hardly hear him. As rich as these people are supposed to be, they ought to be able to hear better than this. We're standing right in front of them. Show a little bit more, y'all. They're giving a speech up there. We can't hear it.
Better than this at a parade for itself.
Huh?
If they had a parade, the sound would be better than this.
Yeah. I mean, that's where Dr. King gave his speech at. I'm sure. And they're giving a speech. You can't hardly hear it. So, I don't know what's going on.
Then he got that on the back, and get on the front.
Well, if you get out and walk up there.
Yeah. They leaving, y'all. It's over with. And we're going to get out of this drizzle. They did have a speech. We can hear it off and on if you listen real good.
Where you going out? He said you go out today.
I know, but I gotta take him back over Oak Street.
I know. All right, you go back to where you came.
Y'all want to get rid of that?
If I want to live, I bet not. That's a criminal present. I bet not get rid of it.
Well, I think it's nice.
Thank you, sir.
How many gallons of oil you get?
And this is Val and Bones Ride Up, and we're going to call it a day and see you on the next video. That's the Rosa Parks bus, y'all. And that's the Montgomery Transit, what it look like now. I don't see the little lady. She was sitting on the other side that looked like Rosa Parks.
There's several people on there now.
Yeah. And that's our bus now. And the people that stopped at Dr. King Church on the way back. We trying to leave, so they going in. I guess that's people that don't live here trying to tour.